The movie's main character is a white Volkswagen Beetle named Herbie. He's no ordinary car. Herbie has a mind of his own and can act and respond like a human. For months, he dominated the racing world. Even though he was much smaller and weaker than the other race cars, Herbie managed to win every competition he entered. But over time, age began to catch up with him. After several crashes, his performance declined, and he eventually ended up being sold to a junkyard. Later, we see Herbie arrive on a trailer. The junkyard owner, Dave, considers him old and useless, so he decides to have him demolished. But Herbie isn't about to let that happen. To stop Dave, he starts playing a series of mischievous pranks.
Prettier, too.
First blowing gas in Dave's face, then spilling oil on his expensive shoes.
Are you kidding?
He even throws a few of his parts at him just to annoy him.
You know, I bet it took first place in the ugly Annapolis 500. Oh, no!
Despite how strange it all seems, Dave and his employee refuse to give up easily. They try to hook Herbie with chains and send him into the shredder, but it doesn't work. When the men get tired, Herbie takes advantage of the moment and makes a run for it. Unfortunately, his old, rusty tires give out, and he doesn't get far. Impressed by the Beetle's spirit, Dave decides not to destroy him after all.
All right, listen up, car. No one makes a fool out of Crazy Dave. No one.
The scene then shifts to a graduation ceremony filled with excited students. Among them is Maggie, whose father, Ray Sr., beams with pride.
Oh, okay, Dad. Getting dizzy. Oxygen deprived.
He tells her she's the first in their family to graduate from college. During their conversation, we learn that racing runs in Maggie's blood. Her grandfather was a legend in his day, and her brother is now training hard to qualify for NASCAR.
Was that what it is? Oh, doing that in college? Thanks.
Maggie once dreamed of becoming a racer herself, but after a minor accident in college, she gave up that dream.
Now you, Gramps. That style.
Her father also stepped away from racing and now focuses on supporting his son, Ray Jr., who's preparing for an upcoming NASCAR competition. Unfortunately, Ray Jr. isn't very talented behind the wheel. His practice runs often end in crashes. The next day, Ray Sr. decides to surprise Maggie with a car for her graduation. Since he can't afford a brand new one, he heads to the junkyard.
Happy graduation, Magpie.
As soon as Herbie spots Maggie, he instantly decides he wants her to be his new owner. He tries everything to grab her attention, but she doesn't notice him. Instead, Maggie picks out a Nissan because she likes its design.
This Nissan!
Just when she's about to seal the deal, a crane lifts Herbie to be moved elsewhere. Not wanting to lose his chance, Herbie drops himself right on top of the Nissan, completely crushing it. With no other option, Maggie reluctantly chooses the Volkswagen Beetle. Afterward, she gets into the car to take a closer look. Suddenly, the glove compartment pops open on its own, revealing a mysterious note inside. It's from the previous owner, telling her to take care of Herbie. Maggie starts the engine, and as soon as she does, Herbie begins moving on his own.
What are you doing?
He swerves and turns wildly, making her scream in terror. After a while, he takes her to a local garage owned by a guy named Andy.
Are you okay?
It turns out that he and Maggie were friends in high school. Andy dropped out to support his family, while Maggie went to college and eventually graduated.
Oh, I just got this car. You know, my dad wanted to get me something nice for graduation.
When they meet again after all these years, it's clear that Andy is still attracted to her. Andy offers to fix up the old car, but says he needs to inspect it first. The two friends climb in for a test drive, but just like before, Herbie goes crazy and starts driving by himself.
Smooth ride.
Sorry.
This time, he even performs some impressive wheelie stunts. Before they know it, they accidentally end up at a sports car show. Tripp is doing his thing. The reigning NASCAR champion is signing autographs for fans, looking every bit the national hero, confident about another big win this season.
I hope you don't mind that I crashed your party.
Meanwhile, Herbie keeps honking the horn non-stop, as if daring Maggie to chase him away. Annoyed, she decides to shut him up and tries to disconnect some wires in the back.
It's like it's trying to embarrass me.
But Herbie retaliates by spraying oil all over her clothes. Luckily, Andy finds some racing gear in the trunk, which Maggie reluctantly puts on.
Oh, whoa. Take it easy, guy.
Soon after, Tripp notices the little Beetle and mocks it, sarcastically telling Maggie to return it to the circus where it belongs.
Better get this car back to the circus before Bozo puts out an APB.
Hearing this, Herbie becomes furious and scratches Tripp's expensive car with his rearview mirror. The fans are stunned and urge Tripp to teach the driver a lesson, unaware that the car is actually driving itself. Maggie tries to get out and apologize, but Herbie locks the doors, rolls up the windows, and drives straight to the starting line. The race begins, and Herbie takes off, completely in control. At first, Maggie is terrified. But when Tripp starts using dirty tricks to push them off the track, her frustration turns into determination. She decides to work with Herbie, and together they quickly catch up. Despite being old and rusty, Herbie is incredibly fast and clever, using unpredictable maneuvers to block Tripp's attacks. In the final moments, Herbie pulls off a daring move, climbing onto the safety bar to secure a victory. The crowd goes wild as the unbeatable NASCAR champion, Tripp, loses to an unknown girl driving a Volkswagen Beetle.
Hey, Tripp, what do you say? Get that camera out of my face.
The next day at home, Maggie overhears her father yelling at her brother.
What do they know about racing, Ray? Well, they know enough not to back a losing team.
It turns out her brother has lost another sponsor due to his poor performance. At this rate, the family is going bankrupt because they have no other source of income. A little later, Sally, Ray Jr.'s last sponsor, shows up in a yellow Beetle.
Hey, guys. Hey, Sally.
Hey, Sal.
When Herbie spots the car, he instantly falls in love. Meanwhile, Sally shows Ray Sr. a video of the race from the day before.
Was a 1963 Volkswagen Beetle.
It shows the white Beetle defeating the NASCAR champion. At first, Ray Sr. is thrilled when he realizes it's the same car he bought a few days ago. But his excitement fades once he discovers that his daughter has started racing again.
You promised me no more street racing.
When he questions her, Maggie cleverly claims that her friend Max was the one driving the car.
Look, I ran into Kevin yesterday.
In reality, Max is just a made-up person, but he quickly becomes famous thanks to his supposed victory over Tripp. On the other hand, Tripp is still struggling to accept his defeat. Tripp's assistant tries to convince him that street racing doesn't matter, but Tripp is determined to get revenge.
I want a rematch.
Oh, geez, Tripp, no.
He instructs his team to organize a 2-day competition, knowing it will lure Max in. Meanwhile, while Andy and Maggie are spending time in the garage, they come across an ad for the upcoming competition.
It's one race, Max. One race, 10 grand. That's a lot of cash.
The prize money is a whopping $10,000. Andy is thrilled and asks Maggie to consider entering. He even offers to repair Herbie using his own savings. If they win, they'll split the prize money. Maggie is still hesitant because she promised her father she'd never drive again. But she can't ignore how desperate her family's financial situation has become.
Everybody wins.
Ultimately, this convinces her to race again. Andy immediately starts working on Herbie. He removes the old rusty parts, replaces them with new ones, and gives the car a shiny new paint job. Once the work is done, Maggie begins training for the big day. When the day of the competition arrives, a huge crowd of spectators fills the venue. Tripp spots the newly restored Beetle and starts to get nervous. Later, he approaches Maggie and asks where she met a driver named Max.
How do you know this Max guy?
No, We go way back.
But she quickly changes the subject and walks away. After a while, Maggie puts on her racing gear and climbs into the car. The rules of the competition are then announced. In the first stage, all the racers will compete against each other.
There'll only be one. And that driver will face me.
And the winner will go on to race against Trip the next day. Soon the race begins and the competitors battle fiercely for first place. They shove each other, use dirty tricks, and even resort to violence. But in the end, thanks to the teamwork between Herbie and Maggie, they manage to win the race. In the next scene, we see a restless Trip investigating a mysterious beetle. As he scrolls through the photos, he notices that the driver has long red hair. That's when it hits him.
Gotcha, Max.
Max is just a fake name, and Maggie has been the one driving all along. That night, he meets her outside her room and strikes up a conversation. Then, pretending to be friendly, he hands her the keys to his sports car and invites her to take it for a spin.
Go on.
But as soon as she drives away, Trip makes the mistake of trying to flirt with Herbie.
What makes you tick?
And the mischievous Volkswagen responds by splashing oil all over his face, ruining his plan. A while later, Maggie returns with the sports car, and Trip decides to raise the stakes for the next day's race.
Why don't we raise the stakes? My car for your car. Let's make tomorrow's race for Pink's, too.
He proposes that whoever wins gets not only the prize money, but also the loser's car. Desperate for the money, Maggie immediately agrees.
All right.
Confident that Herbie's wild stunts will guarantee another victory. Unfortunately, Herbie overhears their conversation and feels deeply betrayed. It seems to him that Maggie is only using him for her own benefit. The next day, Herbie decides to teach her a lesson. When the final race begins, he speeds far ahead, making it look like Max will easily win.
Herbie, come on, I want that stock car.
But just before the finish line, Herbie suddenly stops. Maggie tries everything to get him moving again, but the car won't budge.
You stupid car, you blew this on purpose. I thought you were supposed to help me.
Trip takes full advantage, races past her, and wins. Then he arrogantly approaches Maggie and demands that she reveal her true identity.
Take off the helmet and show everybody who you really are.
Humiliated and cornered, she's forced to show her face to everyone. Maggie's father, who's in the audience, is shocked to see her there.
It's a chick!
Furious that she broke her promise, he scolds her and storms out.
How could you lie to me, Maggie?
Dad, I can explain, okay?
A little later, Andy approaches Maggie to comfort her, but Trip interrupts and reminds her of their bet from the night before.
She said it was the best ride of her life.
Hearing this, Andy feels betrayed. Maggie made that deal without even talking to him, and he storms off as well. Devastated, Maggie returns home with her best friend.
Are you really going to be happy reporting on the story rather than being one yourself?
Not knowing what to do, that's when she realizes the truth. She lost the race because she betrayed Herbie's trust. If she hadn't made that selfish bet, they would have already won. Determined to make things right, she decides to rescue Herbie. On the drive, she learns that the car is about to be destroyed in a monster truck competition. Without hesitation, she races to the arena and drives straight onto the field. It's a dangerous move. One wrong step could get her crushed by the giant trucks. But Maggie is willing to risk everything to save her best friend.
I need you, Herbie, come on.
When Herbie spots her, he springs to life and immediately jumps into action. He kicks out his current driver and saves her from an oncoming truck.
I didn't do that, it was the car.
His name is Herbie.
Well, that's ridiculous.
After Maggie takes the wheel, they wreck several monster trucks before making their escape. In the next scene, they arrive at Andy's shop, and he's shocked by the state of the car.
What?
Still, he forgives Maggie, and the two friends reconcile.
I was a jerk, I know.
Andy also promises to repair Herbie. The next day, Maggie and her family go to watch Ray Jr. practice for the upcoming NASCAR competition. However, he performs poorly and ends up in another accident. This time, it's serious. The doctor informs him that his vision has deteriorated. With Ray Jr. ruled out of Sunday's race, he begs his father to let Maggie take his place.
All we need is another driver, right? And we still got a shot. Let Maggie race.
But Ray Sr. flatly refuses, insisting he won't take that kind of risk. That evening, Maggie meets Andy at his workshop to discuss their situation. Maggie still wants to compete, but Herbie is in bad shape and needs major repairs. Unfortunately, Andy doesn't have the money to buy new parts. Just then, Ray Jr. shows up at the garage with his entire team. They all pitch in and work on Herbie overnight, transforming the worn-out white Volkswagen Beetle into a brand new race car. The next morning, it's race day, and the event is being broadcast live on TV. While Tripp is being interviewed, he spots the white Beetle and panics. He asks his team why they didn't destroy the car.
I thought you told me you destroyed that car.
I'm sorry, dude.
But they assure him it's no threat. The race begins, and every car is pushing at full speed. When Ray Sr. sees his daughter on TV, he gets nervous. But after watching her incredible performance, he rushes to the track to cheer her on. Meanwhile, the race heats up. Several drivers gang up on Herbie, slowing her down. Maggie grows frustrated, but just as she's about to give up, she hears her father's voice on the radio.
You can do this next spark plug.
Dad?
He encourages her to keep going, telling her he believes she can win. Inspired by his words, Herbie becomes fired up and determined to take the victory. To escape the tight pack, Herbie literally climbs over the roof of another car and speeds ahead.
I've heard of running over the competition, but I've never seen it done like that.
With only half a lap left, Tripp and Maggie are locked in a fierce battle for first place. Tripp starts cheating again, repeatedly ramming Herbie's side. Eventually, the Beetle is forced off the road, causing Tripp to crash headfirst into a wall. His car flips and bursts into flames, while Herbie narrowly avoids the wreck.
Herbie's on the fence!
Slamming into the guardrail just in time to cross the finish line first.
Maggie Peyton has won! Maggie Peyton has won!
Maggie becomes the first woman ever to win the NASCAR championship. She celebrates with her family and friends, while a stunned Tripp mutters in disbelief that the Beetle is still alive. And he finally confesses his love for Maggie.
Herbie, help me out here.
And the two share a kiss. The film ends with Herbie finding his own love. A bright yellow Volkswagen Beetle. If you loved watching this wild ride, don't forget to like, subscribe, and rev that notification bell so you never miss another crazy movie recap like this one.